Well, had to wait a little bit for the timing chain tensioner to come in, but I have a brand new timing chain tensioner. I preloaded it with oil. Everything is back together. It's time to start it up and hear what it sounds like. I've got my fingers crossed and I'm saying a prayer. Well, she sounds pretty darn good, doesn't it? Wow.
That's the best it sounded yet.
Bad timing chain tensioner. I think it sounds pretty good. She's quiet. Hadn't been driven in a long time. Got great oil pressure. Okay, where's that oil coming? That's oil boiling off of the exhaust from where? From when I had the valve covers off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. Okay, I'm pretty pleased. Things are going back together. I still have to get the battery connected correctly, tighten it down, put the trunk back together. Got to clean up my mess inside the car, put my glove box back in, my little fuse panel down there on the floor. But I'm very pleased. We can hop in this thing, turn the key, sweet, very, very nice. I have got good oil pressure. My economy gauge does not work. That's another thing on my list, but temperature gauge is just fine. Thermostat has opened. I have no leaks anywhere. She sounds good. She's idling well. She's warming up here. I am very, very happy. This was a big project for me. I've got everything put back together up under the hood. I do have a little tap, tap, tap over on the passenger side. But, you know, it's not bad. You can hear it. I can hear it. This is a $600 car. I wanted it for cruising on the weekends, top down. Not a daily driver. It was a lot of work. But water pump is in, all new hoses everywhere. I of course fixed some of the vacuum leaks up under the hood. I rebuilt the mono valve. Changed out one heater hose over here, which is now not leaking. I did timing chain guides. And I also did a timing chain tensioner. And I am pleased. Very pleased. No leaking. She sounds good. She looks good. Can't drive it today. It's raining outside. But that'll be the next video, where I also go over how much I've actually invested in this $600 Benz. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but everything seems to be working just fine, and I am happy. Thanks for watching. One more thing before I end this video. This was a $600 Benz. This is all that I have done. This is my big whiteboard in my hobby shop. I washed it, I cleaned the paint, I vacuumed it, I cleaned the interior. I replaced the antenna seal. I replaced missing body side moldings. I charged the battery. I cleaned the trunk floor. I took care of surface rust on the floors. I put 4 new tires on it. Cleaned and polished the bunk wheels. New wiper blades. Replaced all the fuses. I checked all the relays. Checked the over voltage relay. They were all fine. Air filter. I had actually had a used one, which was in perfect condition. Spark plugs. I had used spark plugs. Checked the coil distributor cap and checked the rotor, and I put on a new distributor cap and a new rotor. I checked all the interior and exterior light bulbs. I changed out the power steering filter. I flushed the power steering fluid. Dash cracks, well, it's gonna have dash cracks. There's nothing I'm gonna do for that. I checked the brakes, and boy, it needed them. Flushed the brake fluid. I checked the belts and replaced all the belts. I installed a Blaupunkt Hamburg stereo, ran my rear speaker wires, but I don't have the speakers ready yet to go there. I changed my oil and filter with Rotella 15W40. Rear brakes were perfectly fine. I had to fix the fuel leak, return hose to the tank. I replaced that hose. I had to replace the flasher relay. I cleaned the carpets. I painted the carpets with SEM Palomino paint. I added some floor insulation I had hanging around. I put in a new distributor cap, a new rotor. Idle speed computer, I did replace that. It runs. Dirty injectors, I cleaned them. Checked the blower fan, cleaned that out. Checked the CCU panel. I put in a shifter light bulb. I put in shifter bushings. Auxiliary fan works. Console wood panel, a used one I put in. Electric antenna, I just rewired it and it works great. Fixed the glove box light. I fixed the wiring for a radio. Trunk light I fixed. I checked the timing chain and it was fine. I replaced the valve covers and gaskets. I replaced the camshaft oiler tubes. I put in an oxygen sensor. I put in a transmission vacuum modulator cap seal. I had a coolant leak, driver side heater hose. I replaced that. I put in a new water pump because it was leaking. I put in an upper radiator hose, lower radiator hose, reservoir to radiator hose, overflow hose, thermostat, air filter mounts, shifter bushings, timing guides. I repaired the monovalve. I replaced front rotors, pads, calipers, hoses, sensors, and wheel bearings. I replaced the rear sway bar links. I bled the brakes. The rear brakes, oh, they're okay. I replaced the timing chain tensioner. That is all that I have done on the $600 Benz. Next video, I'm gonna run down how much this $600 Benz actually cost me. I won't have my time included in it because I am retired and this is a hobby. But parts. I have used parts, I have new parts, I had parts that were up in my storage area from my other Benzes that I've collected over the years. So we'll see. Next video, how much did this actually cost me for this beautiful little car? Thank you for watching, and I'll get to you again with another video. Bye-bye.